Hey, did you know you already have your $1 million idea? Most people are searching and searching and searching, read every article full of ideas on how to make their $1 million or how to make a side hustle work or how to make more money. You already know how to make money, and today we're going to talk about how you are going to make money. All right, so first off, this may feel obvious or you may have heard this before, but we're going to talk through how to make this actually a reality for you. What is it that you like to do? Seriously, what do you like? What are your hobbies? What are your interests? Let's think about that for a minute. As soon as you come up with an idea of something you like to do, can be anything at all, put it in the comments below what it is that you like doing. Go ahead, let me know. Go ahead, write it down there. All right, so what do you like to do? Do you like to sew? Do you like to bake? Do you like woodworking? Do you like fishing? Do you like investing? Do you like doing automotive repair? Do you like home repair and maintenance? All of these are $1 million ideas. It doesn't matter what it is that you like to do. Doesn't matter how crazy or far-fetched it may seem. Whatever it is a $1 million idea. So you don't know what you're good at? That sounds odd. You know what you're good at, you just don't realize it yet. How do we find out what we're good at if we can't think of what it is that we're good at or what it is that we like? Well, what are people always coming to you asking for advice on? People come to you all the time and ask, how do you do this? How do I do that? Can you give me advice on this? Can you give me advice on that? What is it? What is it that people are always coming to you for? If you can't think of what you're good at, listen to what other people are saying. If they're asking for your opinion, if they're asking for you to teach them, if they're asking for your advice, you're probably pretty good at it and you can sell it. How? Well, let's talk about that. First, it doesn't cost you anything to get started. Don't worry. Everybody thinks they need to invest something to get started, but you don't. You don't need business cards. You don't need an office. You don't need phone lines. You don't need any of that to get started. You can get started with what you already have. If you're already good at it, and if you're already doing it, you already have what you need to get started. Let's look at sewing for an example, because I have a great example of that. My mother has always sewed, but never really made money with sewing. It seems hard to do. She would sew stuff and sell stuff, sew more stuff and sell stuff, but it brought basically pennies. She would say it brought her just enough money to continue her hobby of sewing. Then she figured it out. Here's how it works. She's good at sewing. She posted on Facebook, which is free, that she was going to teach others how to sew. She offered sewing classes, one-on-one, and in group. Seems pretty straightforward. Seems like something nobody would be interested in. She sold out of all her availability almost right away. People were interested in sewing. She thought maybe, hopefully, I could find one or two people who might be interested so I could continue to just make a few piddly dollars to fund my hobby. She found tons of people interested. What she ended up doing was she started offering a morning school where she'd have a dozen people come to her house. Eventually she bought a dozen sewing machines so that she could have people come over. But she didn't start with a dozen sewing machines. She started with her one sewing machine. Then she added another one as she made more money. She even told people what sewing machine to go out and buy and told them to bring them to sewing school with them. Eventually she made enough money from her sewing to buy more sewing machines to where she had a dozen sewing machines. So she had a morning class. Then she had an afternoon class as well. That filled up. Then she started offering summer sewing school. Parents started paying for their kids to go learn how to sew, and the kids loved it. The kids started coming for both morning and afternoon sessions. School started back up. Guess what? The parents wanted to learn how to sew. So they would take all the morning sessions, and then after school they would drop their kids off for sewing school. She was packed with people who want to learn how to sew. It seemed like a dumb idea. She was hoping she could get one or two students, and it ended up she was making bank on sewing school. You could do this with whatever it is you're good at. Sewing school is one example. Do you like baking? Well, I know a ton of people who would love to learn how to bake. Baking isn't as easy as you think it is. You're good at it. So for you, baking is easy. But for others, baking is not easy. If you could just teach them how to do it, you could charge them how to do it. Maybe you don't want to teach, but you can bake. You could do the same thing of putting something out on Facebook or one of your social media channels that says you will bake cakes, cookies, whatever it is that you love how to bake. You'll make those for people. They'll buy them. Trust me, I know plenty of people doing it this way. They are baking custom cookies. They are baking cakes. They are baking cupcakes. They are baking pastries. They are baking all kinds of things for people. All they do is put out a post on one of their social media channels that says, I make this. Do you want any? Puts a price on it. Email me your orders. Done. You don't even really have to deal with people at that point. Woodworking. I can't tell you the amount of people I know who would love to learn how to do woodworking projects. Investing. Do you know how to invest? There's a lot to learn with investing. So many terms, so many different things that you can invest in, different ways to research. There are lots of different people who would love to learn how to invest, but they just don't know how to get started. They don't know how to investigate different options. They don't know what's out there. You could teach them. You can charge a consulting fee. You can teach them one-on-one. You can host groups of people who want to learn how to invest. You can have online courses. You can have in-your-home courses. It doesn't need to cost you anything. You're already investing. Just show other people how to do it. Maybe you like fishing. Same thing. I'm that guy who would actually love to learn how to fish. Seems easy. Get a fishing pole, get some hooks, find some bait, throw it in the water, and the fish should bite, right? Not for me. I guarantee you, I take a fishing pole, I take a lure, I take some bait, throw it in the water, I get nothing. Every single time. But other people catch something almost every single time. I would love to learn how to fish. How do I take this combination of a pole, a hook, and some kind of bait and actually get a fish on there? I would pay you money to teach me how to do that. There are others who would pay you money to learn how to do that. Camping. People would love to learn to camp, but it's elusive to many. You need a tent. Okay, now what? Well, there's more to it than just needing a tent, and that's what people don't know. You can show them how to camp. You can take them on camping excursions. You can just offer them the advice on everything that they're going to need to camp. There's so many ways to go about this. Maybe you like auto repair. Well, auto repair is expensive. You could either do it for people, you could show them how to repair their own vehicle, you could show them how to diagnose their car problems. You could show them how to even just go to the auto parts store to get the parts that they need. For some people who don't know how to repair their cars or don't do this regularly, that's all a big confusing process. And you could be the resource that shows them how to do it. Maybe you like home repair and maintenance. It's the same thing. People don't know. They don't know what tools they need. They don't know how to get the parts they need. They don't even really know how to shop in Home Depot for the right stuff. Home Depot is a big store full of stuff, but how do I find the right stuff I need to do the home maintenance that I need? I was just talking to a young lady the other day. She bought her first house. She was telling me, Greg, it's unbelievable the amount of maintenance that I never thought of that a home needs. She would pay people money to show her how to do home maintenance because she wants to be proficient at taking care of her own home, but she doesn't even know where to start. You could offer classes on how to do basic home maintenance. It's all something you can do. It's something you're good at. It's a knowledge you have. It's sellable. So how do you get started without spending any money? Well, you share it on social media. That's your first outlet. You already have social media accounts? you let people know that you're going to do this. You'll be surprised at how many people will reach out asking, when's the next class? Or when can you teach them? Or how much? Just tell other people. Tell other people you know at the jobs you have, at church, at school, wherever it is that you run into people, let them know that you are doing this. You'd be surprised. A lot of people will tell you they want in. They want to take your class. They want to learn from you. Just start letting people know that you're doing it. The next thing you can do is ask people to share. Share that they know someone with this skill and they're willing to teach others. That's one of the ways my mom's sewing school blew up. Other people who heard about it started telling their friends. So their friends wanted in on it and started coming to sewing school. The next question that I get asked is, well, how do I decide how much I charge? Your time is worth something. It's very much worth something. So let's do a little bit of math here. How much do you want to make an hour? Now, figure you've probably got some setup time or some prep time. So add some time for that. Okay, now, how much do you want to make an hour times the amount of time a class is times the amount of prep time you have? How much is that? Now double it. Why double it? Because you're going to have taxes and other expenses that you didn't think about. So whenever you make money from this new side hustle of yours, do it this way. Figure 50% of the money that you're making from this side hustle or that you're taking in from this side hustle is your money. And figure 50% of it is to pay for expenses of your side hustle. Maybe it's to expand your side hustle. Maybe you're going to start to advertise it or do something else that requires money. So figure 50% of the money is yours and 50% is to continue the side hustle. That's not a perfect formula, but it's a place to start. Every side hustle eventually may have some costs involved. So if you go at it with the mindset of 50% of it I keep and 50% of it I use for this business, you're going to be in a very good starting point. All right, so did you learn something today? Did you realize you already had $1 million idea? All you need to do is start telling people about it. That's it. You already know what to do. All you have to do is start telling people that you are gonna do this. And you're going to be surprised at the amount of people that want in. Do you have questions? Go ahead and comment those questions below. I'll respond to as many of them as I can. Also, comment below what it is that you're good at, what it is that you want to do. What is it that you like? And also, while you're here, click that subscribe button. We're going to have more videos for you to learn how you can make money, whether it become a side hustle or become your full-time gig. You already have that $1 million idea, and I want to help you grow that idea. So click that subscribe button now and comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day and a profitable hustle.